Hey y'all, thanks y'all for tuning in. This is Funhouse TV. This is one of my first episodes with my two friends. I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves.
Hey you guys, my name is Whitney. I go on Instagram by Bossy Wit. My business is Prima. I have Prima Lash and Beauty Bar, which is a full service beauty salon. And then I have Prima Lash and Beauty Supply, which is a black owned beauty supply. And the special thing about it is all the products inside is black owned only. So it's the hottest beauty supply in Chicago on 35th and Halsted. And just for this video, if you guys shop, you will get a special discount at checkout.
Okay.
Use code SPEAKER.
Come on, Keisha.
Period. So use code SPEAKER when you check out and you will get a discount.
Come on, look at you.
Period.
Go get y'all discount. I love free. I love saving money. So we saving money. Period. Okay.
And we supporting black businesses.
Period.
I'm Brianna. A lot of people know me as King B or King Brima. I am a designer. I make custom clothing from scratch. I'm currently transitioning over to ready-to-wear custom, so designs that you don't see on stuff like Alibaba and AliExpress. I'm getting ready for prom season. You can follow me on Instagram at _King BREMA. I ain't got no discounts for y'all right now.
She the hottest in the city though. I promise y'all.
I don't call myself to go. What let me say?
I let the people do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Period. So she go for sure. Y'all need some customs. Y'all need some prom wear. Y'all need a birthday outfit. Holla at my girl.
Okay.
Okay. She does everything.
Okay. And then it's me. Of course, I am Funhouse. I own an e-commerce business. And basically right now I'm transitioning to rebranding my business, and it's going into fun and fitness. So like right now I sell a couple products. One of my main products is an appetite gaining product. So I'll get more into that as we get into the business questions. So right now I asked my followers on Instagram, like, hey y'all, I'm with two of my closest friends and we're about to do a business video, so ask us some questions. So some of the questions that we did get was,
so the first question will be, how do you know what business to choose?
alright, so who wanna go first?
Go ahead. Oh, hey. Y'all. Alright, so the way I got into designing clothes was when I was about, I want to say 19, 20. I had just graduated trade school for medical billing and coding. I had always been like creative, more craft-like than anything, and my birthday was starting to approach. Now around this time I was working on tutus for just like little girls and stuff, and I had just got my first sewing machine. So when my birthday started to approach, I'm fresh out of school, I'm working regular ass jobs. Oh, I'm cussing. Oh shit. I mean, oh snap. I'm sorry.
We gonna cut that.
Yeah.
But so my birthday's approaching. I'm working a regular job. I think at the time minimum wage was like $10 an hour. I wasn't really getting too many hours. So since I had a sewing machine, I couldn't afford customs, like how people would be getting custom stuff. I couldn't afford it. So I'm like, you know, I'm trying to make me a dress. And like I would like buy little stuff off Amazon. I would buy glue. I had
You so crafty.
yeah, I'm so crafty. Like, and like my first, I gotta show y'all the dress too because it looked so good. I ended up making my first dress. It took me like 2 weeks to make, and it was something like now, like how I made you the dress in 2 hours.
Yes.
It took me like 2 weeks to make.
Wow.
That was dedication.
That what's in. Guess what, y'all? It fell apart when I was outside.
I'm crying.
I had to change my clothes. Nobody knew though. Like everybody thought I did such a good job, and
I probably thought you was Beyonce.
Exactly. You were just doing a change outfit.
It was my first ever dress I ever made, and I'm thinking everything was good. I didn't know nothing about sewing, nothing. I just was putting two and two together, watching some YouTube videos, and by the time we went outside, my dress just kept raising up, booty kept coming out, the thread on the skirt was popping and stuff. I said, y'all, I gotta change my clothes because if we're gonna kick it, I'm being in this naked by the time. So more of the story is after that, people started asking me to make them clothes, but I wasn't the type to deal with people, and I was real scared that like, what if they stuff fall apart? And so I kind of practiced for like 4 months to see how I would like it, and then I started taking my first client in I took my first client in 2018 in August.
Aren't you so happy you took it?
Yeah.
Girl, I mean,
Okay, let me tell you guys about me. I was in college so broke and could not live up to my lifestyle. So I'm like, I gotta do something. I never knew how to do anything beauty. I wasn't into beauty. So I paid for a lash class, and I strictly got into it because of the money. I ended up blowing up and becoming super popular at eyelash extensions. 5 years later, I just really decided that eyelash extensions, even though it was making me very good money, it was not fulfilling me. And I really just want to be fulfilled with happiness, and I know my passion was to be a nurse. So I ended up opening my beauty bar so I can have residual income, so I can focus more on school, because y'all, I kept on failing biology and couldn't get past microbiology.
I don't know nothing about science and math.
Hey.
So I'm like, I need to focus on school because I want to be a nurse. And people like, you're crazy for taking a pay cut and like going into nursing when you already work for yourself. And it's really not a pay cut. I can be a millionaire if I want to be a nurse. I can do whatever. So I just would recommend you guys go for something you're passionate about and not about the money, because once you get to a certain level, you understand that money does not bring happiness.
Yeah.
So I want to go to work every day being happy and joyful, and I know delivering little babies would do that. So that's my tip to you guys.
Yeah. And then so for me, how I chose mine, so basically like all my life I've been skinny and I've been like struggling with gaining weight. Cool. So I found a product that helped me gain weight. So I'm like, damn. Oh, shoot.
Snap.
I'm like, so I'm like, cool. This helped me gain weight. But I know a ton of different other girls that needed help gaining weight as well. Like we talk a lot about obesity, but doctors don't talk about people that's underweight. Why? Because we have an obesity problem in America. That's probably one of the top like problems that we have in America right now is obesity. So doctors are not prescribing people nothing for you to gain weight because they don't want nobody to gain weight. They want everybody to stay their size. They like, just eat and you're fine. But it's like it's something that like women be insecure about. Like I was insecure about. Like I'm skinny. I'm 101 pounds. I want to gain weight. Cool.
Damn.
Exactly. Yes. So I found the product and I started gaining weight, and I'm like, man, like I can help other people. You know what I'm saying? Gain weight as well. So I gave some of the vitamins that I was taking to my friend, and she started gaining weight. And I'm like,
I'm on some.
Yeah. I'm like, hold on. I can go somewhere with this. Also, I'm Army. So with me being Army, I have to maintain a certain weight level. So since I got to maintain a certain weight and I have to also work out, I'm like, I'll just really get into like gaining weight and fitness. So that's kind of like where I'm transitioning now into like weight gain and staying fit. So yeah, we want to gain weight, but we don't want sloppy bodies. We want nice little petite, nice little bodies. So that's kind of like how I chose my business path, and I'm just continuing on with that.
Do they help you gain titties?
Well,
Cause
mine is okay, but you can look. You can look. If you gain weight, there is a chance that your breasts may grow. It's not 100%, but you may gain a little tissue up there.
I promise you, it's something that makes your boobs go. It's called no. It's a pill. People fruit Greek.
Yes.
Something
Greek.
People use it when they breastfeed, so it makes your boobs get super big and
it enhances your breast hormones.
Yep.
All right, I'll check in with y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you go order that. Okay, question number 2. What is the hardest part about your business?
I went first last time.
Okay. The hardest part about my business is organization. I have so many moving parts, and when you get to having multiple different businesses, you gotta hack the orders, cashier, customer service. It's just too much. So really organization, like keeping my books balanced, it's been really tough for me, and I'm learning that like as I keep on going, just to be honest. So I think organization.
Okay, so for me, I think the hardest part about my business is marketing and like the social media aspect. I am
really
not
good.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all.
I think you're an influencer.
I think you do.
Nah,
Yeah,
look,
sure.
I am not tech savvy, y'all. Like, man, listen. I have like you gotta make like the little ads, and you gotta make like the sales, like the flyers. Oh, $5 off, 20%
But you
off.
do so good now that when you do get tech savvy, you're gonna be more than what you are now.
Yeah. So but it's hard though. I ain't gonna lie. That's probably like I struggle with that because it's people out here, they making reels every day. They posting 3 times a day. They going crazy. I'll be like scrolling on my phone and I'll be like, oh shit, wait, I'm gonna have a flash sale. That's why all my flash sales be like at 5 o'clock in the evening and stuff, because it's like I didn't even think about this till it's 5 o'clock and I noticed like I only made $700 for the day. Hold on, let me have a sale.
I need my $274.
Exactly.
Right.
So I'm like, wait, let me have a sale. But I feel like that's probably my hardest part is me not being tech savvy and just trying to figure out how to put that best marketing tool out there to keep my sales going.
Have you ever tried a pre-posting app?
No, but I have a marketing coach, and she told me about the pre-post app.
Yeah.
But you still got to make the content.
Let me tell y'all, good app for pre-posting. It pre-posts for you all week. It's Planoly. It's PLANOLY.
Listen, I have it on my phone.
Yes.
I'm finna show you.
You can go in once a week and plan all your content.
Child, listen, it's right. Where is it at? Here you go. It's right here on my phone. Ain't never logged into it. But she told me that though. But I ain't got into it yet.
That'll help. What about you, Vernon?
I think the hardest part about my business is the anxiety of knowing if somebody's gonna like their outfit or not.
Yeah.
Because
the critique.
Come on, Bill Clinton.
Come on, scam like this.
Right. I really like. A lot of the times that people love outfits for me is when I freestyle, and I get different body types all the time. Even with the story I told you earlier, like I get different body types all the time. So it's like, it's nerve-wracking when we're going through a fitting process and we literally have to go through a process. Sometimes they cannot see the vision, so they started questioning and is my titties gonna do? Is my booty gonna do? Like I be like, just you gonna look beautiful, girl.
Yeah.
I can't even say what the outcome because I can't draw, but I know for fact you're gonna leave out here with a bomb ass dress. So I think that with me is my hardest part, especially when people end up not being happy. I'll be ready to cry.
Yeah, because it's like, I love you, girl. I wanted you to look good on your birthday, on your prom.
It's my birthday too.
Like, exactly. And it's like you take on those stresses. Of their customers.
Because it's either gonna go one or two ways. Some people can be very understanding and be patient. Some people want to call all their sisters and jump you. So it's like it just
what? We gonna go to that one.
It can go one or two ways.
Nah, for real.
I told you about that oil. Okay, y'all. Let's go to question number 3, which is bring a specific question. What was it?
You gotta be a final no.
No. She said, what inspired
you
to start creating? Right?
Yeah,
It was something like that.
I don't have to look on my phone, but
How did I get into my craft?
yeah. How did she go about her craft?
A good question to be, I know it's gonna be cut out, but a good question to be, where do you find your inspiration from? A lot of designers are probably,
because I feel like the question that they ask is kind of like what I answered.
Yeah, I feel like it is. It is. How you did your birthday.
But my inspiration, you know what? I'm gonna tell you from my first.
Here she go.
My first collection. My first collection came from Mean Girls.
Right.
Artists like Regina George.
Yeah.
I remember that.
My first collection came from Mean Girls, and I literally get inspirations from music, movies, iconic cartoons, like just anything. Like even with my next collection. But you know, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I get my inspiration from anything I look at. Even when I'm just walking down the street and I see something, or if I'm vibing to music. But my first collection was inspired by Mean Girls.
Oh, it was. Can you ask Brima how she learned her craft and how she started her business? So, how did you learn? So how did you learn? You say YouTube, right?
Videos,
YouTube.
I've never went to school for that.
Never underestimate YouTube, y'all.
YouTube is the truth.
Never underestimate self-taught. She said she learned this herself.
YouTube.
No school.
I YouTube, and the books that the sewing machine came with, I would look at that. And I was in a sewing group too. They have like this big sewing group on
Have you
Facebook.
ever cut yourself?
What? Yeah, girl. What? You do that?
Yeah, I'd be like,
forget this dress.
Yes.
I think I so used to it. I don't even buy them anymore. I take something, some tape or something real quick, wipe it up.
Take some thread.
And keep it pushing.
I'm so dead. Okay, next question is business consistency. So I always tell people, when people take my lash class, about 65% do not continue to do lashes.
Wow.
Because they're not consistent. They be like, hey, this happened in my life, that happened in my life, I couldn't keep on going. So with this, you have to treat your business like a baby. You cannot feed your baby every 2 weeks. No, you have to feed your baby every day, multiple times a day. So treat your business just like that. You have to grow it as well. So treat it like a plant. So a lot of people just say they can't be consistent because life happens, and guess what? Life happens.
It does.
But you have to learn how to turn your roadblocks into motivation, because I done been through some stuff. Y'all been through some stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. So you have to learn how to turn that into motivation to keep on grinding and going. You have to be consistent.
Yes, I agree with that. With me, my consistency came in where it was like, I ain't gonna lie, when I first dropped my e-commerce online site, I made $1,000 in that one day. All right, cool. So I was like, that shit real. I'm like $1,000 in one fucking day. Oh, in one day. I'm like, that was my motivation. Like, I can make this money. You know what I'm saying? Even still, months after that, I wasn't making it every day. Yeah. That was just that one day. So it was like, okay, cool. So what made me be like, keep going was like I don't know. It was kind of like, I was seeing other, I ain't gonna lie, it's probably y'all. I'm seeing y'all, my friends was making money, y'all, and I was working a job, okay? I was working a job and my friends was making money. And they making money from their business. So I'm like steady going to work, like, oh, I gotta go to work, I gotta go for work, da. And they is
entrepreneurs to work that job.
And yes, and y'all was making money. My friends was making money, and I am the one that's working a job. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just keep on going. So I mean, I just kept going, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't like something to be like, oh yeah, but nah. I mean, just keep doing something every single day. And then you might like it. Like, I kind of like this. At first, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of irritated. I still get a little irritated. But it's like, I'm like, you know what? I can do this. It wasn't something that was super hard. So, yeah, I feel like that's how I kind of stay consistent. Just looking at y'all, like, my people's do it. So.
You're gonna warm this heart of mine.
For real, though.
Sadly, I think with me is, you ever sit and be like, dang, I'm really an adult.
Yeah.
That hurt.
It hurt so bad.
Ooh, it hurt so bad.
That adult, I'm broke. Shit. I'm really broke.
I really think like when it got to the point where even though people be saying money not everything, money really kind of make the world go around. You have to pay your bills, you have to live, you have to keep your upkeep and some more stuff. And at a point in time, it was like, when I quit my job, I had just started my first prom season. I was working at a job, whatever, and I couldn't believe, as I'm sitting at the desk at the computer, ding 500, ding 400, ding 600.
Yeah,
ding. I say,
exactly.
I was gonna quit. Like, and it's just
did
like,
you quit?
I did.
Oh. we gonna get into that.
But no, it was with me. It was like, you got to be an adult, and I never liked working for people. I quit jobs for a living, by the way. So it was like I had to make a choice. Like, you see what you can do with yourself, by yourself, for yourself. So it was like, maybe if I just put my all into this instead of putting my all into other people's business, it made me happy. It made me money. It paid my bills. It took me on trips. It got my hair done.
Period. Right. So it got my hair done. Period.
That's a nice watch, sis.
Period. Exactly. So yeah, I definitely understand that feel. Where you coming from?
Okay, so question number 5 is the transition into entrepreneurship.
From working a job.
Yeah, from working a job. So what is it like? I hear a lot of people like, I don't want to work a 9 to 5 because I'm tired of working. Entrepreneurship is way harder than working a 9 to 5. Bro. Just so you know, it's not easier. It's not easier. Yeah, that's all I can say. My transition.
Where did you work?
What was I was working at the dining hall at college, and then I was also working in the pharmacy and Walgreens. I was like a go-getter. Yeah, and I just quit. I was making, let me tell y'all, every 2 weeks I was making $200. I was making $200. It was a part-time job.
That sounds like it hurt.
The minimum wage was $8.25. I was in DeKalb, Illinois, and I had.
You wasn't going to work.
Baby, I was going to work, baby. I was making like $274. When
I worked at Burger King, I made a little bit more than that.
It was hard.
You was partying.
Look, pour me some on now. No, I just remember looking at a $200 check one day. So the transition, you have to have a lot of faith in yourself. You have to have a lot of faith in your business, and your why have to be strong enough for you to keep on going. Because anything will make you quit. So that transition, it was smooth, but I was so powerful behind my brand that it popped really quick. So it's been lit ever since, basically.
Yeah. So okay. So with me, as far as like the job that I worked for the state. I'm not gonna say the job, but I worked for the state, and then I'm also Army. Cool. So I came off. Well, I was on active duty orders. I was making some real good money with active duty orders. Okay, cool. And I was coming to that time period where my active duty orders was ending. So I'm like, all right, my active duty orders are ending. Therefore, I will not be doing Army every day. I'm going back to my regular civilian job, or I can go straight business mode. I was already making a decent amount at that time, but with businesses, it's no always. You don't know. You might make $100 yesterday. Today you make $0. So it was no guarantee.
You may double your goal tomorrow.
Yep. There's no guarantee I was gonna continue to make that. So what made me to be like, I need to transition was, I'm gonna be honest, it was more so like I wanted to keep that bond and keep spending that time with my son. I'm a mom, and so with the Army, I was able to work from home, which was very convenient for me. They allowed us to take our computers home, work from home. So I'm getting that time with my son, working from home with him, doing my business stuff, and I liked it. I worked from home for a year. It was a pandemic. I worked from home for a year, and it was like, you gotta go back into an office. I wasn't feeling that. I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't feeling that. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to get in mode. So that's when I really locked in, and I'm like, I really gotta like lock in and figure out how I'm gonna continue making this much money to make sure I can pay all my bills and still be able to be home with my son. So that in itself was like my transition point. Where it was like, I want to stay being home with my son, but now I want my son to go hit daycare. But it was that leap. It was that okay, cool. You about to go back to work? You about to put your son back in daycare, or what you gonna do? You gonna knuckle down? You gonna make your money, or what you gonna do? So that was my push.
I think when I transitioned, I was working as a leasing agent up north in Chicago, and right at that moment, I started designing, getting ready for my first prom season, and they were working me to death, but they didn't want to. They were working me like a manager, but they didn't want to give me a manager's position. Like, they would have me doing everything that my manager was supposed to be doing. And you know, on site, as a, you know how they be having people downstairs like that themselves. My manager would be in the workout room working out,
right?
Y'all in the workout room working out, going to get coffee and and all this. And
I didn't go for that,
bro. He was only 3 years older than me,
right?
He was only 3 years older than me, and I had to sit behind doing all the computer work. So in the midst of them putting on more hours, and then with me working as a full-time leasing agent, I was working 5 days a week, 9 a.m. to 6 every night. And with me doing prom season, my job, I kind of lost track of my girls. Mm-hmm. And one night I sat down and I'm like, let me really remember who I got, because this job is so working me to death. I'm not keeping up. And I had already totaled up 20 girls. But
for
this was my
season?
For prom season.
And you was working the other job?
I was working the other job.
Right.
But I had time. So I was like, dang, I need to make a decision.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not stopping at 20. Like, more people are trying to get in these slots with me, and I still have 4 months to get this done.
Yeah. Right.
So I'm like, okay, I gotta make a decision. So I asked my hire manager, the one that's over the one I was working with, I asked them, can I get a manager's pay? Because if y'all gonna work me like a manager,
yeah,
I need to be a manager's position.
Right.
And during the interview, you know, at work people like to be nosy. And
What are you doing on the side?
Yeah. Like,
act like she was your friend. Act like she was happy for you.
And she was all like,
happy.
I'm like, oh,
Was that from a movie? I didn't catch that.
No, hell no.
That's real.
But I know how
That's
it
for
be.
real.
That's
Like,
how
she
it
was
be.
like, I heard you make
They be
calls.
wanting your bit. They want to know.
Yes, because as I'm in there, I'm like, I want
Yes.
manager's position. I know how to do this. I know how to do that. I'm back and forth between properties. I handle this, I handle that.
Yeah.
And I tell her, like, I want the manager's position.
Yeah.
oh, you know, it just comes with so much responsibility. I'm handling it
You
already.
mean the one I'm doing? Okay.
So it's like,
Catch me
you
up.
know how people, it just comes with so much responsibility. And you know, I heard you make clothes.
I heard you on my
Yeah.
business.
No. She almost got me though. She almost got me because I'm like, ooh, she asked me about my clothes. So I'm showing her.
Yeah.
I'm showing her.
I say clothes.
She was like, why are you here? Now, mind y'all, I had just jumped into making clothes. I didn't have much work.
Yeah.
Right.
It was just mostly tutus and a couple dresses.
Right.
So I started catching on, like, all right, people ain't gonna be pressed about no tutus. Right?
Right.
So I'm like, even though I had the prom girls behind me that I haven't got a chance to do yet, so I don't have no real work.
Yeah.
It was like you shouldn't be here. You da 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 da. I feel like if you do the manager's position, it will take away a lot from what you have going on. You want to be fun. You want to be fun.
What you been doing, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm just trying to catch up.
I love this day so bad. I felt so empowered.
I love this day so bad.
Because you know, as you grow up, G, you sometimes be having those moments where you feel like you don't speak up enough.
Yeah,
You know, you let
always.
people run over you and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And boy, my mama always told me, if you don't want to be somewhere, don't be there. I told that lady, I was in there crying because I'm just in my head like, this lady don't want to give me my position. I need to figure this out. I chose my business that day. Before it was LLC, before it was EIN, before it was
you.
Yeah, and I got up to the lady, I looked at her, I said, you're absolutely right. I don't belong here. I don't belong here. And I thank y'all so much for teaching me the communication side that I'm going to put into my business.
Yep. And the customer service. Thank you.
And I told her, this will be my last day. She looked at me like, oh, no, I wasn't trying to tell you to quit. No.
But I said.
Bye-bye.
Exactly.
No, let me tell you how I had that same like kind of encounterment. Before I got my own shop, I was in a beauty shop, and basically the owner just told me, you're bigger than this. She was basically saying, but at the time, I kind of thought she was kicking me out, and I was like crying in the meeting, like, no, what do you mean? She was like, you could do this yourself.
I remember this story.
Gee, I was so mad. I'm looking like she kicked me out of the shop. But down the line, I could have did it all. I did it all. So I look back at her and I just thank her so much for pushing me out the door to do. I was just so in my comfort zone. You can't get comfortable.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people, they be like, you know, I love my 2-week check. I know I'm going to make this much money in 2 weeks because it's coming. But you got to believe in yourself and your business.
Hey, because after prom season, that money went. I was like, shoot, I need to figure this out. I didn't think this through after prom season. Ooh, them slow seasons be a mother. Oof.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's another thing, like Shakima said as well too. Like, you don't have a consistent 2-week check. It's up seasons, it's down seasons. My favorite season is tax season. What's y'all favorite season?
Prom season.
Every season. I don't know.
I don't like the attitude that come with it. Be acting like bridezillas, but prom for me is investment money. It's like real life. I'm gonna take all this money and put it in my collections, and now I'm gonna be straight for the next summer.
For sure.
Because also you got prom in, so everybody wants something for graduation.
Yeah.
It's celebration season.
Yeah.
Prom season is also wedding season. Spring. Going into August.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wedding season.
I work at Men's Warehouse, so I know wedding season.
I work at me.
She said, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, just because when the person want a dress, they're gonna have to come to you around that time that the prom girls kind of come to you.
Y'all know I missed 2 birthdays because of prom. My birthday right in the middle of prom season.
Yeah, I'm already know.
Wait, I got a question. What was y'all worst job? My worst job was McDonald's on 47th and Cottage.
Oh, Lord.
I lasted 2 days. What was y'all worst job?
The job that I hated the most.
I would say mine would be Macy's. It was a lot of old, ignorant, in your business ass
booty
people, and they would always try to get me in trouble. Y'all know what's so funny?
What?
The lady who used to try to get me in trouble at Macy's, I saw her by my store.
Right.
I saw her by my store.
What, she was on bus stop?
No, she was working.
I'm crying.
She was working, girl, outside. She had like all this little uniform stuff. She's like, you used to work at Macy's. I said, yeah.
You used to mess with me.
She's like, what you doing now? I said, I'm gonna go walk in my store.
Exactly. Period. Oh, that's mine right here.
Yeah, that's
yours.
Yeah.
That's right there. You see it.
Yeah.
Let me cut on light TV.
Exactly. Hello. But I don't think I have. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like I like
the
working. I like the working. Not gonna lie. Okay.
You gotta have work ethic.
Look at my face.
I'm gonna say I have leadership ethics. So whereas like every job that I've ever worked, I've always been in some type of leadership position.
Yeah.
And I like that. But I gonna say I liked the Burger King, but Burger King taught me a lot. Burger King kept